Welcome back to RC Experimentals. Today we're going to have a quick look around our 3D printer. This is our 3D printer. As you can see, it's a Creality Ender 3. I'm printing something at the moment. We've already had it about 6 months. You may have seen some parts already, which I've used this on the Jeep. However, we have been using it quite extensively over the last 6 months for many different things. A few of the mods, the standard mods, we've already done, and if you wish to see any more of the continuing mods which I have in mind, then leave a comment and we'll video them. The first ones are the standard ones, as I said, so the knob on the extruder here, the plug-in guide for the filament. The other thing we did was the filament roller, which I can't really show you at the moment, but it's the one with the bearings in, the deep one. The problem is all my reels have small holes and I couldn't get it in. So all the reels are like this with the smaller holes. So what I've had to do is cut the bottom off. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there you go. So this is the one that's got the extra bit at the bottom, and I had to cut that off so the reels fit. Anyway, so that's one of the mods. I won't say number 2 because they're not in any particular order. Number 3. The other one I did was the fan shroud for the power supply, and I have a different mod for the power supply which I think will keep it quieter, which we'll look at in due course. The other things I did, which I thought I picked the one that I thought looked nicest, which was the belt tensioners. There's the X and Y. Pretty much that's it stock. I haven't changed anything else, as you can hear. It's the older one with the drivers, although I think I was pretty lucky in as far as the bed is not stuck down. It's the fiberglass one with the what they've referred to as the fake build tech. I find it sticks really, really well. I've had a couple of odd jobs which haven't come out right, mostly because I haven't got the levelling or the tramming done correctly. There's a couple of mods I want to do. There's one I haven't shown you, which is the fan cover. So this is the one that's obviously not the Pro, because it's got the single extrusion in the centre, 2040 as opposed to the 4040. The other thing was that I had a look on YouTube and online on reviews, and this was the best bang for the buck. You can't actually see, but all of the early ones at the time I looked at this, as I say, about 6 months ago. Well, it's actually a bit longer than 6 months ago we were looking at it, and they used to have the Captain tape and the fiberglass cover over the hot end. Anyway, and it was suggested that if you're going to buy one of these, get the silicon sock. Well, when I ordered this, I ordered the silicon sock at the same time, and strangely enough, this one already came with it. So they'd already, Creality had already started shipping them with the silicon sock. So I've got spare ones, which is great. The other thing which I have done, which I was going to film but I forgot, was the extruder here, the aluminium one, I did purchase this at the same time as getting the printer itself. However, it printed fantastically with the existing one, so I left it. And I've only recently changed this one, and I'll show you why. Okay, here's the old one. Before I show you why, this I was doing this quite large print, and it actually is okay, although you can't see it initially on here. Just about at the end, right at the end of this print, it started to have some under extrusion right on these edges. Now I can't show you the next print, which I did, because I've already thrown it away. However, the next print just didn't work at all, and I couldn't understand why, and they're really under extruded. Anyway, I looked at a lot of things, and on this is obviously the original, the moulded plastic one, but it had been working fine all the way up until then, and there we go, the crack just there. I was aware of this possibility, and that's one of the reasons I bought the aluminium one, and it cracked across there, and there wasn't enough pressure on the filament to push it through. So that's the reason I've put the aluminium one on now, and it's working perfectly well. The only issue I had initially was the angle, if I can get around there, the angle, in fact, let's see if I can just move this a bit. The angle in which the filament goes in is so close to here. When I initially put it on, there is a little play in the stepper motor, and you need to make sure that you don't get it too close, otherwise you get a lot of dust off the filament as it scratches against the aluminium part extruder here. But it seems to be printing fine now. I have no problems with retractions, and the printing's fine. I do want to upgrade the board in here for the latest, I think it's a version 2, with the MK, the Big Tree Tech MKR E, isn't it? The Mini E or something. So I want to put that in here. So I've got the silent stepper motors. As I said, that once that's done, then I'll be able to hear the difference with the fans. And there is a mod for the power supply to these non, because this is a non-branded or cheap branded power supply, so it doesn't have a thermal switch to turn the fan on and off when it gets warm. So my intention is to, I've seen a couple of videos on YouTube, and if you want to see how to mod this with the switch, if you're a little bit electronically oriented, then I'll link it down below and you can have a look at it. I will do my own video showing you what I'm doing and how it works. Anyway, there's our Ender 3. More mods to come, and you'll probably see, as we get on with my son's Jeep, you'll probably see a lot more printed parts coming from here anyway. So one of the things I did notice with our printer was that on top of this cabinet, there's a wooden cabinet, it was, because this is hollow, it was like a sound box, and the noise of the motors and everything was exaggerated, so I put them on these little bits of foam just to pick it off and that works tremendously. The other thing I did, I bought, I had a few full-size SD cards, so I bought the SD card adapter, which I haven't made. I did print out a holder for this, but this one seemed to be bigger and it didn't fit, so I haven't got around to designing my own for this particular SD card holder. I will do at some point, and I'll get a range of my prints and show you what I've printed, or some of the prints I've made so far, and how practical they are. I've also done quite a few of my own designs using FreeCAD. If people are interested in how I've used FreeCAD, then leave a comment and maybe I'll do a video on FreeCAD and how simple it is to utilise. Here's this one was just finished, so this is one I've just done, and that's how easy it comes off the build plate. Very rarely do I need to use a scraper. I do have fingernails, so sometimes it's easy enough to just separate from the build plate. I've had no problems with this build plate at all. It's fantastic. The fact that it's the fiberglass one that comes off, it's not stuck down. Couple of advantages, couple of disadvantages. With this, I obviously I can do higher temperatures than you can with magnetic one, and so it's possible to do things like ABS. I have not printed with anything other than PLA currently. I have got some PETG which I'm going to have a go at. It shouldn't be difficult, but I'm a little bit nervous because I've not done anything, and PLA is obviously the simplest one to do, and this works very well. This is just a coupler for an airer, because the one that was on the closed airer broke, so this is just a coupler between the two of the metal frames, so we can replace that. So I have done that. There are some practical prints in the things I've done, and this I knocked up in FreeCAD in about half an hour. That's it, ready to go.
Thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button, that would really help me out. If you like my videos, please hit the notifications and you'll find out as soon as the next one comes out. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.